Hi, my name is Nikki Grantham and I'm a recovery coordinator with Change Grow Live in Nottinghamshire. What follows are the first steps to managing your drinking by keeping a drink diary. So you're worried about your drinking and you're not sure where to start. Well, in the first place, you can check out our YouTube videos on reducing safely and the effects of alcohol on your well-being. You could also contact your GP or your local alcohol service for more detailed support and advice. But I guess a lot of people have come here to look at this short video today to consider what they can do right now. So one of the things you can do for yourself right away is to start to keep a record of your drinking. So you need to take note of what you are drinking. For example, is it a beer, a spirit or a wine? How much you are drinking. So 1 can or 3 glasses. How often you are drinking and when you are drinking. So is it the morning, the afternoon, the evening? Is it with friends or alone? All of this can help us see if we are drinking too much. Thinking doesn't change behaviour, so we need to act to change our thinking. Keeping a record or a diary may seem like a chore, but committing to this action is a great first step. Just think about how successful tracking devices for activity are. You're more likely to walk if your steps are counted. This is an example of a drink diary. As you can see, it's got the days of the week down one side, then along the top, what you drank, who and when, what was happening before you drank, what happened after you drank, and a column to add up the units. The units is a really important number to get to grips with, as this can help us see if we're drinking too much. If you don't wish to keep a form like this one, you could simply note down in an ordinary diary, or even use one of the many online apps on your smartphone. For those who are not keen on writing things down, you could always keep a physical drink diary. So grab some bags or boxes and keep your empty cans or bottles in that box. Then at the end of the week, count up how many empty cans or bottles there are to give you an idea of what you're drinking and when. So as you can see from the drink diary earlier, it's useful to know what a unit of alcohol is so you can calculate how much you're drinking. Here are a few examples of what 1 unit of alcohol looks like. However, you may find it easier to think about drinks in 1 litre measures. So 1 litre of a 12% wine, for example, would be 12 units. 1 litre of a 4% beer is 4 units. 1 litre of a 7.5% cider is 7.5 units. And 1 litre of a 40% spirit, like vodka, would be 40 units. If you were therefore drinking a pint is roughly half a litre, so half this amount. Or in the case of a bottle of wine, an average bottle of wine is 750 ml. So if we calculate 3/4, that's going to give us the amount of units. So again, for example, if we think of that 12% bottle of wine, which is 12 units a litre, 3/4 of that will be 9 units. If you go online to Drinkaware, there's also a unit calculator that can help you with working out your units. With units in mind, let's have a look at what is too much alcohol. The Chief Medical Officer recommends drinking no more than 14 units per week, which is the same for both a man and a woman. This amounts to 2 to 3 units a day and at least 2 to 3 alcohol-free days per week. So this is what 2 units looks like. A 175ml glass of a 12% wine, a 440ml can of regular lager or cider at 4%, or a double measure, that's 50ml of a spirit of around 40%. And if you drink all of this, which is 6 units, it's classed as a binge, which is just as damaging as daily drinking at this level. So why worry about units? At the lower risk level of 14 units or fewer, spread evenly across 4 days or more of a week, we can expect to experience increased relaxation and sociability, although there's no such thing as no risk. And some groups, for example, like if you are pregnant or planning on becoming pregnant, you shouldn't drink at all. At increasing risk levels, around 15 to 49 units per week for a man and 15 to 34 units per week for a woman, and higher risk levels of more than 50 units per week for a man, binge drinking more than 8 units in one day, or for a woman more than 35 units per week, or binge drinking more than 6 units in one day, we can expect to see things like less energy, depression, stress, insomnia, high blood pressure, memory loss, liver disease and cancer, to name but a few. So given those risks to our physical and mental health that are caused by alcohol, it makes sense to cut down. But what if you can't stop? If you're drinking more than 15 units a day and haven't had a drink for 6 to 12 hours and are having any of the symptoms described here, it may not be helpful to suddenly stop. If you feel these symptoms, one of the actions you can take is to drink 2 units of alcohol to alleviate them. Wait 20 minutes and repeat if necessary until you feel well. These are signs that you might be physically dependent on alcohol. It is therefore really important that if you experience any of these symptoms, to visit your GP or your local alcohol service. And so by keeping that diary, you can see how many units you're drinking each day. This will help you see if you're at risk of any of the health issues we've highlighted, and even if you're dependent. This will then help you make some decisions and make a difference not only to your life, but those around you.